Hi, today I'm going to show you how to decoupage a tin can. Basically, decoupage is the process of gluing flat materials onto a surface. So people decoupage furniture, trays, containers, pretty much any flat surface. You can just personalise it by adding your own pictures and gluing them on. It's a great way to make something look stylish without spending hardly any money. So today I'm going to use an old book that I've got, and I'm going to cut some of the pages out of that and use that as my sort of base. And then on top of that I'm going to add some nice birds that I've found on these napkins that I've got. The book is kind of fits in with the bird theme. It's a book about wildlife. You might not want to chop up some of your books, but you can easily find stuff in charity shops just for like a couple of pence. You can get an old book to use if you wanted to do that. So I've just measured the size of paper to cut that'll fit onto the tin, and I think it's not going to fit all the way around, so I'm going to need to do 2 of those pages like that. You can buy special decoupage glue because some people get right into it and they like to have all the proper materials, but you really don't need special glue. You can just use PVA glue. And then it looks white at first, but it will dry clear. You can also dilute it as well with some water. If the PVA you've got's quite thick, you can water it down. I don't mind this glue being quite thick for sticking the pages of the book down, because I think it needs it to be quite strong. The paper's quite thick. So I'm just going to cover the surface completely with glue. And you can use, as far as materials that you're going to stick onto surfaces, you can use, right here I'm using a napkin, but you can use tissue paper, you can use bits out of magazines, wrapping paper. You could use photographs, but you have to make sure you can't just use any old photo. Some photos are have water-soluble ink. I think you have to use a laser printer to print out photographs, and that stops the ink running when you use the glue on them, but that can be a nice thing to do as well. So I've glued the tin can, and now I'm going to stick the book pages off. It's going to overlap slightly. So where it overlaps, I'll just add a bit of extra glue. Stick it down. There we go. And then, so I found this napkin that's got some really nice birds on. And then the napkins have got quite a few layers. I've cut these birds out already. I've actually peeled off the excess layers, so I've just got that one top layer. Otherwise they start to peel when you glue them on. So if you decide where you want to put your birds, and then I would lay the glue down where you're going to put the bird rather than glue the tissue paper, because I think it could tear if you did it on the actual napkin material. So there's one. Put another bird here. A little wren. And you can keep anything in this container, like I want to keep your stationery in it, or paintbrushes, or your makeup brushes, or you could have it in your kitchen with something in it. It's just, I mean, I love upcycling things, so this is just an old tin can, and I've just found some bits that I've got lying around, and it's made it look, here's one that I did before that's dried, but just makes it look completely unique and kind of cheerful, and for hardly any money. It's a nice idea, isn't it?